High above the river valley juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a, I still can't pronounce that word. That's good. Which looms a mansion. Its turrets capped with fairy tale cones. Its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, as has part of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by the howling of wolves in the woods below. But the house stands silent, seeming like the fossilized remains of some long-dead thing smote upon the mountainside. And as you approach further, you found that perched atop a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite is a moss-covered statue of a dragon, its wings tucked close to its body. The statue looks east toward the mansion, and sitting, kind of uneasy, pacing a little bit maybe, and eating a sandwich, is a small humanoid figure who does not notice you at this point in time as you are pretty far behind, and it looks like this humanoid is looking up at the statue.
Jinky Scoob, what do you think the sandwich is? Sorry, I'm done.
Good way to start.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was trying to find a place to make my cabbages jokes. So,
boom. Okay.
Good job, Nick. You beat me to a stupid joke.
Nice. Starting off the night right.
All right, and then you have noticed, and I'll just reiterate, that Arcene's eyes are back to normal. She seems shooken up, not quite knowing what's going on, head darting in different directions, a little worried towards you.
Got it. Arcene is shook. Got it.
Yes. All right, so what would you guys like to do?
I assume we stop.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to you. I'm not assuming shit.
I mean, I see person, and I usually stop unless they're running at me in anger.
Glad you have a good handle in your life.
Do we all notice that Arcene was like this? We did, right? We all saw...
The only person that saw the eyes change, I believe, was Kent or Ferguson. It was one of the two of you. But you pointed out to the others, so all of you ended up seeing it eventually.
Yeah, and we know we're being leaded. She led us in the wrong direction. Well, in the direction we weren't going in. We were going to go
Correct.
to Valakai. Okay.
She was definitely walking zombie-esque.
I'm going to be crouched down with sitting next to Arcene, just kind of looking her over, making sure that she's okay, giving her a scratch on the back of the head, and just overall checking if she's okay now.
Make an investigation check and make an insight check.
Kent, what do you make of this one?
Well, I mean, the last time I met a new person and just went up and introduced myself, we ended up with you. So I think
you won that one.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's not everybody in Barovia could be terrible.
Are you guys being stealthy while you're talking, or are you talking normal volume? Because it sounds like you're talking normal volume.
Stealthy.
Oh, no, Ferguson's talking normal volume. I am not a stealthy person.
Oh, yes.
Ferguson is the coolest man in the
Abraham.
room all the time, and he's not afraid of anyone, because he's an idiot.
So let's cover that in a second. Morgan, in the background, please make a perception check for your character. We'll cover that in a minute. Then, what was your two rolls?
I rolled a 9 and an 11.
So, with those two rolls, you look over Arcene. You don't see anything weird or off in the terms of what you normally see with her. Mm-hmm. In terms of insight, you know her pretty well. It's exactly as I said before. Something's off. She can't really explain what's going on, and you can't really pick up what's going on. But something seemed to have been controlling her. It wasn't her, and now she's a bit freaked out.
Okay.
She is looking, though, I'll give you this, even though you didn't really roll quite high enough, that her eyes, as much as she's darting around, are concentrating a lot on that statue.
Okay.
Something seems to be piquing her interest about it. Morgan, what was your perception check?
That would be an 8.
An 8? That sandwich tastes good.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
What kind of sandwich is it?
The sandwich is none of your business right now.
That sandwich made a really good stealth check.
Yeah.
It's fucking rude.
Because how far away are they?
They would be pretty far back right now because they're just emerging from the wood. So I would say...
See me as a humanoid, right?
Yes, a small humanoid.
You got
Can I see if I see any weapons on this humanoid creature?
Make a perception check.
I got a 13.
Do you have anything on your back, Morgan?
the wife.
Yes. So you see a large shield on her back. Well, at this time, you really don't know it's a her, but for clarification's sake, for right now, yes. Do you have any weapon out of the top of it?
No, it's sitting next to me. I'm gonna be, just for point of reference, she's sort of like I think part of her lack of perception is that she's kind of like eating her sandwich, but she's very staring up at this statue, kind of engrossed. I imagine her kind of like sitting cross-legged and kind of just...
like having a picnic in front of the statue.
Having a little bit of a staring contest with it. Just a little... just musing, I would say.
Alright, I'm gonna turn to Ferguson and just be like, shh. I'm gonna get a closer look.
Alright then.
I wanna sneak up.
Okay, I'm going to hold that until Ven gets back, because I know how cautious Ven is, and see if he would react to that.
I'm gonna sneak.
Now it's funnier if you just do it anyway, and then when he gets back, he turns around from Arcene and he's like, where did Kent go? This is my Vin voice.
Roll a stealth check for me, Kent.
A 12.
Then make a perception check. Kent is trying to sneak over to the new person in the distance.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. So Ven is completely wrapped up in Arcene right now. Really,
right.
really concerned about
Arcene's my baby.
Yes, about his baby, his one real true friend in the world. That's all that his concentration's on.
Josh, you did say that we have just emerged from the woods.
Dragon,
yes.
baby.
What is a rough estimate of distance?
About 100 feet.
Okay, then I'm gonna ready Eldritch Blast.
Okay, that is readied. Kent, you rolled a 12 on your stealth, correct?
Well, yeah, the goal was to get closer, not to get, like, up to the person. So.
I know. Yeah, you go up a little bit. I'm keeping your perception check in mind from before, Morgan, because that wouldn't have really changed for this. So you get a little bit closer. You get about within 50 feet or so. What would he see from behind, like the back of your head or hairstyle or whatever?
So the back of her head is actually, and for listeners, this is going to be a really good point of reference. It's actually very similar to Bucky's current hair. Sort of shaved all around except for the top. A little bit of a ponytail. There is some gray in her hair, speckled throughout the shaved bits at the sides and pulling up to the sides in the actual ponytail. She is a dwarf. She is fairly heavy. She's thick with at least 2 to 3 C's. And she is got medium brown skin tone. From the back, that's what you can tell.
And anything about the shield that he can see? Any symbol on it? Anything special?
The shield, I haven't thought of that. Improv, yeah. So the shield is pretty large for I mean, she's a dwarf, so she's small in stature. It's a very kind of big shield for her. It probably takes a lot of heft to actually wield it. The design is simple, but very elegant looking. It's a little worn and torn. You can tell that it's old.
Cool. No coat of arms or anything? No, like, hi, I'm the dwarf blank of blankety blank, and my dad is blank and my mom is blank.
No.
It's a whole family tree just on the whole entire shield.
Okay. Can I tell it's that you are a lady dwarf? Or... because the only thing I know of lady dwarves are from Lord of the Rings, and it's said that they have beards and they can't tell the difference between the men and the women. You
can tell that she is she is female. Sorry, the one thing that you can see on the shield, I had to look it up really quickly. You do see a triangle of 3 6-pointed stars, but it's not a huge part of the motif. It's sort of small, and it looks like it was hand engraved. It wasn't like originally built into the shield.
Okay. Kent,
make a religion check, Kent.
Okay. Oh, shit. A 19.
A 19. You absolutely recognize this symbol. You probably recognized it at some point in your early childhood, especially with a lot of travelers coming in and out, the people your initial town or village used to deal with. This would be a follower of Lyra, which is the goddess of joy.
Oh. Okay, all right.
Usually, obviously, a good aligned god, or goddess for that matter.
Basically, I want to like turn back to the other two in the party, including and Arcene, and basically like throw an arm up in the air, telling them to come on over closer, because I don't want to scare this person, but I want their opinion on if we should introduce ourselves.
So Ferguson, you see this. Arcene gets Ven's attention and nods over because Ven's not paying attention.
Nope, making sure my baby's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Priorities, man.
You want to go over there?
I mean, sure, I guess. That's fine.
All right then, let's go. That's what barely English.
Now, this has been a little bit. Morgan, can you make another perception check, please?
Okay.
Because more people are approaching you.
I am keeping Eldritch Blast ready.
And are you guys trying to walk stealthy?
Again, Ferguson, no,
okay.
never stealthy.
That's a 10.
Not really.
That's a 10?
Yes.
What's your... Nope.
Nope.
So these people are just going to walk up behind you. So you guys get within like 50
How the fuck did you stay alive out here?
You hear that from behind you.
Well, I'm sort of figuring that if you were planning on killing me, then you would have gone ahead and done it, didn't you?
That's a bright way to think about things, but doesn't seem really.
And honestly, I'm enjoying this sandwich, so, if it's my last moments, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Right.
Can you help me settle a bet? What kind of sandwich is it?
Got a little bit of cheese in there, a little bit of bacon, all good stuff.
Tap Ferguson on the leg. It's a cheese and bacon sandwich. Just so you know.
Yeah.
I like that. Those are good. Great breakfast.
Yes.
Good for pretty much breakfast, second breakfast, or your mid-morning sneak. Your lunch, your dinner, all sorts of different things are good for a bacon and cheese sandwich.
Food.
So as you guys approach, you realize that the statue in front of you is 10 feet tall, but it looks much more imposing because it's perched on a large granite block. So it looks like a dragon is hunched and looking down over you. Looking up, no matter where you are, its eyes are piercing into you behind just dark holes.
I have a question for you first.
Yes, go right ahead.
Isn't the statue technically facing away from us? Didn't we walk up behind it?
The way that you guys would have walked over, it's probably like the mansion's on your right, the dragon statue's on your left, and she was just kind of sitting in front of it.
Oh, okay.
To the side.
Yes.
Do I notice that Arcene is still staring up at it?
Yes, she is keeping attention. Her eyes are quickly glancing over to the newcomer here because of just piqued curiosity, but definitely a lot of attention up to the large dragon.
So, she is, I'm gonna get up. It takes a minute. Yeah, she's heavy, and she's kind of a little older, you can tell, and she's taking a minute to get all of her heft up. Can I turn around and just take a look at this party?
Yeah, go right ahead. Turn around, and what do they see of you in the front?
So, Rosalie is, you see a middle-aged dwarf. She's got brown eyes. She looks like she's lived for a while. She's got laugh lines. She's got crow's feet. There's a little bit more of a harder set to her mouth right now. She has a chin tattoo that curls around her chin. And she's just kind of looking at you with some moderate, hesitation.
And you see these three assholes and their dragon.
Thank you for not looping Arcene into the assholes, because Arcene is not an asshole.
Oh, no, of course. And since we're so far into the season, would you guys like to give a brief description again of your characters, especially for Morgan? And that way for our audience, so they have a nice refresher.
Ferguson looks like an asshole.
What I want to say... Yeah, right, all right. It's fucking rude, but all right.
Let's start with then.
Okay. So you see a half drow with dark purple skin, white long hair that's long in the sides and then back in a ponytail. He's wearing a long black robe that's tied to him with a several series of different belts and all these different things that keep it tight to his body, as well as some loops for potions and some other things on him. And standing next to him is about 3 feet off the ground is a silver dragon that is just kind of staring wildly at this point at everything.
Right next to them, you see a little 3.5-foot halfling wearing a cowboy hat that is way too big for him, that you do not understand how he is not blinded by the brim. He's got his gun on one side, and he always has that grinning smirk that he's trying to charm you. I'm thinking more like Flynn Rider smile from Tangled, Disney's Tangled, where he's always just looking and trying to give the smolder eyes. And he takes off his hat, tilts it over to you, says, "Hello, darling," puts it back on his head.
Wait. We're not skipping over this shit. What's under that hat?
Oh, it's a big, moppy, brown, ragged hair, long, maybe ear length. but it's just like a big dirty mess.
We finally learned what's under Kent's hat.
Actually, it's just a mohawk. It's just a fucking mohawk. Like a bright purple mohawk.
That. It's funny because I've always imagined Kent as like looking like Matthew Lillard from that Scooby-Doo movie. So your jinkies was very appropriate.
Pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
That fits him very well.
Yeah, and Ferguson.
Ferguson is the emo cowboy. He's got a black cowboy hat on, a little bit of stubble because can't shave all the time. What's going on here?
Oh man, I'm the only one without a hat.
Yep, you are.
No, wait.
Arcene doesn't have one either, let's be fair.
You have a fancy top hat from one of our first adventures.
No, I don't, because I gave it to Arena.
God damn, Arena.
Weird.
She didn't even use that disguise well enough. I think she should have. Oh, whatever.
It was a terrible disguise. He's also wearing black pants that are tucked into black boots and a long black, it's basically a trench coat or a duster that's got black iron plates on it. And it's closed, and the only thing you can see sticking up is his sword over his shoulder.
All right, and that's what you guys
What
do.
a motley crew.
Have at it.
Good. None of us fit together.
I'm gonna look at the dragon, the tiny dragon, and just sort of be like, give a nod and be like, so you've come to see your cousin then, eh?
I guess so. She was kind of out of it a second ago and just led us here.
Yeah. Big Spookums mansion with a big silver dragon. Silver dragon yourself. It's a whole spooky country, so makes sense.
Well, we were told to come here regardless, so... What is your name?
My name's Rosalie. And you folk are?
I am Ven. This is Arcene.
Been Arcene.
Ah, Rosalie, my beautiful Rose. I am Kent Brickwood of the East Farthing Brickwoods. What a great pleasure to meet you.
I am rolling my eyes behind him.
It's taking a lot of liberties. Okay.
They call me Ferguson.
And Ferguson. Kent, Vin, and Ferguson. Okay.
Just one name, like Bono.
I got your last name, you fucking asshole. You just don't know it.
You never asked.
That's true.
Ferguson, Loch Ness. I don't know.
What
Got
the
nothing.
fuck did you just say to me?
Nothing. What's your last name, Ferguson?
What do you want to know right now? We got a new person to talk to. Why don't you go talk to her?
I just realized I wasn't a good enough friend to ask you your last name. I would like to apologize and find out what your last name is now while I have the chance
So
and everybody's
before
introducing
you-
It just seems
themselves.
like a weird thing to do right now.
This is absolutely the normal dynamic in this group, so just before you just get that out of the way that this is basically what happens.
Not
But,
in a way to repeat
before
the
we get
mistakes
into
of my
that,
past. I just
how
want to
are-
ask something.
Why are you here?
By the way, her eyes are just going between the two of you. Like, okay. I'm sorry, you said something? What?
So before we get into all this, what are you doing here? Sitting at this huge mansion of a house?
Going to have a sneak?
Did,
Like a sneak?
I mean, I
Like
can't really argue with that.
You have a sneak?
A sneak?
A sneak?
Snick. Does her sandwich look good?
Sure, yeah.
Does it look
Sure.
like it's just cheese on bread with bacon?
Yes, but does that sound terrible? Well, to me it sounds terrible, but does it sound terrible to you?
No, I'm just saying, I would like to say to her, your sandwich looks really good. Would you perhaps like it to be better?
I forgot you said you were going to do that.
I think I'll take it.
I promise no nefariousness with this. I'm completely honest here.
I don't know where you're going with this one, but I can't wait to find out.
I think I'll keep it the way it is. Thanks.
Okay, that's fine. I was only going to offer to toast it a little bit if you wanted some melty cheese, but
No, it's alright. Just
Okay.
perfectly fine the way it is.
Looks like a table cheese.
Don't know if you've been in this place for very long, but probably not the best sort of tactic there to go around asking to modify people's foods without in about
I mean, I did ask first. At
You should avoid. You should be
about
asking people that.
less than a minute of knowing you. So, you know.
To be fair, I think we've been standing here for about 5, so I think you noticed about 4 of it.
And about this time also, it comes back to your knowledge that it's about dark. Like, it's getting real close.
Oh shit, where'd the fucking sun go?
Whoops.
Damn!
Hey, DM.
Yes.
How long have I been there, and has Rosalie sort of... I would assume that if she's plonking down to eat a sandwich, she's sort of checked out the front part of this and, like, it's not set off any immediate fuck-off vibes or, like, threatened vibes.
I would say, do you have, like, a... Actually, you have, like, your presence for undead and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, and detect good and evil and all that stuff.
I would say that you got the immediate idea that not every bit of this place is going to be great for you, and you just wanted to get a little bit of a, jump up with a sandwich first. So I would say maybe a half an hour or so you were sitting out here just to wait it out, take your time, prepare yourself mentally.
Gotcha.
See if you even wanted to go in there.
It's always
but you've definitely been to the front door.
Good to fight the Nisties on a full stomach.
Where the fuck do you come from?
I come from a really pretty island. I see, actually.
Let me rephrase. How the fuck you get here?
How does anybody get here?
Legs.
Then don't be a fucking asshole.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, technically we were on a cart, and we just, kind of woke up here. I don't know if you remember that, Ben. That was a long time ago. About, 20 episodes ago.
This is a nice bottle episode. I'm liking this.
Every day.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you were the one that made me go on this mission, and now you're the reason I'm in Barovia, but we don't want to address that, so... Thanks for bringing me down with you. I appreciate it. I mean, I've learned a lot, I've met some great people, but still, I've died once, and I've almost died at least another 8 times.
Who the fuck is a good person that you've met in this place?
Oh, well, Callista will forever have a spot in my heart. I love Abraham. I still to this day praise Stromboli. And Ferguson, you're growing on me. Ismark was really cool. Arena was gorgeous.
I love the idea that in the day that you were with Abraham, you somehow got into a religion.
He was just so
one that doesn't fit you at all, but...
Stromboli must be praised.
Nick, I really just like how you're describing this, the study abroad semester that you didn't really have a good time on, but you're trying to justify it to your friends when you get home. Like, no, it was great. I had a great time. It was fine. I met fine.
I met some really cool people. But,
I didn't have the best of time. You will probably have a better time if you go to Barovia, but I'm just saying, it's not for me. I won't go again.
Okay.
Yeah, so what are you guys doing? It's nighttime. We're getting there. About to be there.
So we're gonna fucking stand out here all night.
I would prefer not to.
I'm quite tired.
You're not as creepy as in the woods, right?
Have you
yes.
Have I looked at the door? Is it locked? The gate?
You looked at the door, and the door, well, if you went up and you detected that there was evil inside, would you have tried to open the door?
No. Not without a sandwich.
So you would have not done anything past that point.
Priorities.
Okay. But it just closed. It's not like a jar. It's not like...
No, there'll be something coming up that you'll know about, but you're not going to freak out about it. I'll put it that way.
Just like a good right before the spooky, scary, jumpy parts of a horror movie feeling. Just anticipation. Good.
Just like...
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Actually... Yeah, you would have known because this won't actually reactivate until the next dawn. But when you walked up the steps, you triggered a trap, and the dragon went to go breathe something, and you didn't even dodge out of the way, but it just went like, and it seems the trap had something in there at some point of some gust, and it's just not working anymore. So you triggered a trap that doesn't really work.
But I triggered a trap, and I know I triggered a trap.
Yes.
Okay. Right, you got any, fiddlies with you? A person who's fiddly. Light-footed.
Oh, well, I'm actually a light-footed halfling.
Yeah.
What a coincidence!
Well, if you're planning on going in the house, it's some pressure points and some traps. So, it's good to watch out for those.
I might be able to do something with those.
Okay, set it
Teamwork?
Toast it a little bit then.
Yeah, I can take a look.
It's gonna be a good old-fashioned Ven and Kent miss-around.
So as you walk up to the main entrance, there's flagstone steps flanked by stone railings, climb to a landing in front of a pair of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like small dragons. Carved into the lintel above the...
The lintel Laroon?
Yes. Carved into lintel Laroon above the entrance is the word Argenvostholt. Then, the moment you read that, you feel a very dull warmth in your heart. It pulsates through your body.
What the shit?
And I say warmth as in a good feeling.
Oh.
You know what that is?
So I stop as I approach and I read that. Does that name ring any bells?
Make an intelligence check or history check.
I thought you were going to be like, that is your friendship with Kent. It is warming to the soul.
A 19.
It doesn't ring a bell to you at all. Why you'd react to even just reading a name is strange, but it definitely something within your heart made you feel good.
Interesting. Do I see any traps? As she has said that there was blatantly a trap at the entrance.
I wouldn't even have you make an investigation check because she did point out the fact, so she could just be like, right there. And you look, and there is a pressure pad. You don't really know what it does, but looking back towards the dragon statue and taking what she took into mind, it looks like stepping on it would have breathed something from the dragon's mouth to whoever was in front of the door. But again, it's not activated again, and it seems to have been broken.
Okay.
Just maybe due to just old age of the mansion that the trap has just lost its potency.
Right. Okay. I will step around that trap, and I guess I'm close towards the door now, right?
Yes, you are. You're right up to it.
I would like to check the door for traps.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I'm going to be following right behind Ben for any type of support he might need, but he's the checker, unless he needs me to jump and do something.
That's a 10.
You do not see that it is trapped, and it is not locked.
Okay. I will ask Kent to take a couple steps back.
Take a step back.
And I will open the door.
Okay. You push your hand on the door, and you just push open, and it just swings open. And inside is a very dark room. And again, the night is about to happen. How many of you guys have dark vision?
I do.
I do not.
Nope.
All right, so two of you, you look inside and you don't see a goddamn thing. The other two of you, you look in and it looks like a foyer or a foyer, depending on your pronunciation.
I'll take a couple steps inside.
Okay, you walk inside. This room feels like a king's tomb. A grand staircase leads up to stone balconies held aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall, faded tapestry depicting a nobleman in silver armor hangs from an iron rod above the staircase landing. 6 sets of double doors lead from this foyer. Along the walls, displayed on marble pedestals, are 3 alabaster busts of handsome men. A 4th bust and its pedestal have been knocked over, and their shattered remains lie strewn about across the mosaic floor. 2 chandeliers of wrought iron hang from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders.
All right, I'll call for everybody behind me to come in.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Follow him in.
I'm gonna go inside.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, Kent, Ferguson, you guys walk in and you can't see anything.
Ah! Describe the room. Describe the room.
Dark.
I meant to Ven. Tell me where to go.
Just stay close to me.
Light something on fire. I know you can do it.
Do any of you have any availability or torches or light spells?
I don't have light.
Oh my god, I've got
torches.
torches. Oh my god, you're the worst adventurers.
Oh, me too. Hey,
I'm gonna light a lantern on fire.
Okay. So you light the lantern and you guys see exactly what I just said.
I don't know about y'all, but I think we should just post up here, spend the night.
I guess I'm okay with that. Rosalie, do you happen to be a person of faith?
I do indeed.
Can you perhaps see if there is any sort of nasty creatures in the area or not?
Yeah, I can do that. Did I get any... I mean, how long ago did I cast that?
I am looking up that quick thing right now, which is Divine Sense.
Yes.
As an action, you can do that, and it's feature a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier, which before you said was 2. So you have 3 times you can use it. So you've used it once, so you can use it now. And it will, until the next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover.
Okay. So, I'm going to walk more fully into the room, so I'm more, like, in the middle. So that range of 60 feet is a little bit further. And then I'm going to cast it.
I would also like to walk next to her and actually cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So, Rosalie, you reach out with your divine sense and you are picking around for undead, fiend, or celestials that are not behind total cover, and you get nothing. There's no glint of it. Then, with Detect Magic, you get a couple things that are in the room. all of which kind of being on your person and other people's persons.
Right.
And this is a 30-foot radius, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you sense your own stuff, which you already know all your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You sense Rosalie's shield. You sense the bag that Kent has on him, and Ferguson's sword. I don't remember if there's anything else that you guys have that are magic, but those are definitely the ones that ping.
Is it magic that made me lose all those hit points after that dream that Bucky now can detect? Damn it!
So that's all that you pick up with that. You also just get a very faint sense of just magic in general and weird stuff here. And also when you're reaching out, make a perception check, all of you.
Oh, I get to roll a die?
You do.
How exciting. I didn't know we were going to do it.
Well, D&D stands for Dice and Dragons.
Oh, no.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got a fucking 1.
Oh, I got a 2.
I got 15.
I got a 22.
The humans can't see shit.
Okay, so Kent and Ferguson, you don't quite catch it, but you're not the ones reaching out, and you have a rough time seeing even with the torch, everything is flickering or so. But Ven and Rosalie, you immediately see it, that when you're looking around the room, you follow a great winged shadow that moves across the walls, over the portrait, down the stairs, and disappears into the other shadows. And you hear a soft bestial hiss in the darkness.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good at all.
What ain't good?
Okay.
There is something dark and spooky in the shadows here.
There's always something dark and spooky in the shadows.
It just hissed at us.
I ain't in the shadows.
I think he offered us biscotti.
For the record, I want to shove the rest, that like last mouthful of that sandwich I had, and just shove it in my mouth and just chew.
I'm gonna whisper to Ferguson.
Unbeknownst to her, just because I feel like it, I want to cast Prestidigitation on her sandwich to make it taste like the best goddamn sandwich she's ever eaten in her life.
Oh, nice.
Getting real weird about people's food there, Vin.
I like people to enjoy the food that they eat. It's important to me.
Hey, Ferguson.
Yeah, but it's in my mouth
Ferguson.
already.
Do you think if we let her in on the party, she'll make us some bacon and cheese sandwiches?
Smart, you gotta ask her though.
I don't have any bacon or cheese, but she seems to have enough for sandwiches before every fight. So maybe she could share some. Hopefully.
You afraid to ask?
Okay, but if it comes down to a vote, you're with me. We want her on the team for the sandwiches.
How loudly is
All right.
this?
That sounds good to me.
Sweet. Alright, let's kill this ghost thing. The shadow ghost thing.
I don't think it is attacking us yet. It went across the wall and then went into the rest of the shadows. It was up top, right?
Yes.
I don't want to assume, but like, it just seems like everything in this land just wants to kill us all. So,
Yeah.
I'm ready to kill something. I won't attack until you tell me to, but I got an itchy trigger finger, if you know what I mean.
That wasn't even a euphemism. That was literally what you mean.
No, like
Hold on, I got a herb for that.
But I didn't sense anything really, but it was fiends and it's kind of
Fiend, celestial, and undead, you did not see anything that is not within total cover within 60 feet.
Did a ghosty count as an undead?
It certainly would.
Okay, so not a ghosty.
I did sense that you have perhaps a little magic on that shield of yours.
I did perhaps sense that it's none of your business.
Okay.
I sense that you have a little bit of magic on that sandwich. I'm not going to call anybody out, but I think it's tasting a little bit better than it should.
You would not know that.
I would not.
I wish audio was able to capture that nice little neck twinge as you said that, though, Nick.
Ugh.
Are you three hungry or something? When was the last time you
I'm
ate?
starving. Please, feed me.
He's
Oh my god.
hungry.
Alright.
I don't think these guys want to eat. I'm just always hungry.
I am
I
fine.
used to 8 meals a day. Sorry.
Oh, hey, like a couple hours ago, I caught a switch into a Liverpool thing again.
I'm gonna shuffle into my beak, and I'm gonna hand a biscuit to him.
Alright, you have one biscuit.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna eat half of it, save the other half for later.
In one bite.
All right,
just-
then.
Do you close the door behind you, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Door is closed. So the only light that is in the room is that torchlight, and it's flickering and casting shadows amongst the room.
I have a question. Are there any torches on the wall, any chandeliers, anything that we could possibly light to give us light in here?
Well, 2 chandeliers straight up, but it's quite a bit of distance from you at the moment.
Okay, well, where are the things to let them down? That's how these work.
You're gonna have to toss me.
They would be on the second floor.
It's not how chandeliers work, but fine.
Well, second floor, you have stairs that go up, so the connections are up there.
So the connections are on a landing that, whatever.
It's not in the book. I'm making this up. It's a terribly made mansion. All right?
It clearly is. I'm going to argue with you the whole way.
Wizards of the Coast thinks of a lot. They don't think of connections for chandeliers.
It sounds like a really smart strategy. A really smart strategy.
I'm just saying, just throw me up there. I can probably hang and light them all if you want.
What did
Just do a fastball special.
Question: did Arcene see the shadowy wingy thing?
It's a good question. Make a perception check for her.
A 9, so no.
Ready, Ven?
Yes.
Did you see any fucking ropes? You go to those chandeliers to let them down?
Do I see the ropes?
Yeah, they're really shittily put on the second floor.
Okay. Yes, these chandeliers seem to be constructed very poorly, and the ropes are on the second floor.
I think you're fucking stupid. All right, I'm gonna go let one down.
All right, I'll come with you just in case.
All right, we're gonna go up the stairs.
Okay. You go up the stairs. There are 2 stone balconies that flank the main foyer. Balusters carved to resemble knights in shining armor support their elegantly carved stone railings. Weapons and shields festoon the walls along each of these walkways, while alabaster busts of handsome men flank hallways that lead north and south away from the foyer. At the west end of each balcony is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase going up.
I guess those lead to the towers.
And the balcony is about 20 feet above the floor of the floor you just left.
All right, then. I'm gonna let one of the chandeliers down. Does it reach the lower floor?
Sure.
All right. Hey, what are y'all? What's the fucking lights on these?
So Kent and I stayed at the bottom, so we'll
Yeah, we'll go and we'll light them.
Okay, so when you guys go up there and you move the rope and you look around, you notice that very similar to how the death house was, everything in here has that spooky nature of if it's a statue or a tapestry or a painting or anything with eyes, it just follows you everywhere.
I feel like we're used to that at this point.
Nothing magical. It just seems like the normal art form of spoops. So you let down the chandeliers, light them up, and it casts illumination in the room, and it's now lit, so you do not need your torch at the moment.
I put it out, and then I put the chandeliers back up.
Okay, chandeliers go back up.
This mansion is lit.
Oh, this room's lit.
And also, when you were up on the second floor, you realized that you double backed towards the front to get those chandeliers down, but you can also continue further into, on that balcony, down. There's also a couple of hallways that branched off, so there's more areas to go upstairs if you wanted to, but there's also the double doors on the first floor. So there are a lot of options of where you guys can walk.
This place seems like a freaking labyrinth.
Well, look, as I already said, I say we sleep down there, and we just walk out the door in the morning.
I mean, that seems okay to me.
I second that.
If you 3 need to rest,
I feel something weird about this place.
Hey, you want to dig around in?
I mean, I might, because the name on the outside, when I read it, I felt a weird sensation in my chest.
I know names like that. You know, Gregory, Bill. Yeah, they just kind of stick around.
Layla, Stephanie, Jasmine.
Do you have names
Layla,
that make your heart grow warm? Like, literally grow warm.
No, if my heart grows warm, I'm pretty sure I'm on fire.
Ooh, pulled it back. Pulled it back.
I don't want to be on fire.
The Kent and me was going to go hard.
For the record, she's not saying anything, but Rosalie's face is just completely still.
She's the strong silent type.
You were gonna just hate being in this group.
Rosalie, do you happen to know anything about this place?
She can't hear you. We're still upstairs, you dumb idiot.
Well, we're walking down the damn stairs.
I should agree to that.
Do I, DM, know anything about this place?
Make a history check.
That's an 18.
18. So you know that this place, Argynvost Holt, was the housing of what's called the Order of the Silver Dragon. You heard about this place from around town, from just picking the brains of the people around. Hold on, I'm going to wait for this goddamn subway. Is this important stuff?
That's okay, I knocked over my beer. Hold on 1 second.
Ooh, not good.
No!
No! There's no use crying over spilled beer.
I dropped my die. I dropped my D20. It landed on a natural 1, and then I immediately knocked over my alcohol.
Oh, that's fitting.
Okay, so you know that the place is, it used to be the housing of the Order of the Silver Dragon, which you heard about this from towns, the Vistani, other people that lived around the area. You've been around Barovia for a bit, so you've been poking around, and that's how you got here. You also knew that they worshipped at one point the Morning Lord, so you thought maybe it was a good location to be. Your recent divine sensing may have told you potentially otherwise. Something weird happened. Vistani and Dusk Elves avoid the mansion. They believe that the dragon's ghost haunts it. The dragon himself being Argynvost.
Guys, out of character question. Are there such things in D&D as ghost dragons? Because I feel like those are the two worst combinations of things
If there
ever.
is a thing in D&D, there is usually a ghost version of it as well.
Yes.
Oh, God.
The
Or a
closest
zombie
thing-
version of it.
It's
yeah.
the ghost
We'll
line.
just throw Phoenix Downs at it until it dies. Okay,
Yes.
that's what works in Final
Totally.
Fantasy. That's
Just
what's
dump
gonna
potions
work.
in their mouth, we're good.
There we go.
Can we suplex it as well?
You can certainly try.
Shut up, Mad Mercer.
So that's what you would have known about the place. That's probably why you came here initially. You would think that the dragon outside was probably Argynvost, because that would make the most sense. But that is all that you know. And you came to search to see if there's any answers here, maybe some help, especially since I used to worship someone good.
Right.
Who
Help
knows?
me get the fuck out of here. See, what I know is that this place is Archenvost, what it says on the top, on the tin. Used to be a place for the Order of the Silver Dragon, which also makes sense. Statue outside, doesn't take too much brain power there. Heard this from the Vistani and different towns around. They tend to avoid it. Don't like it. Ghosties, they think, of the dragon, which, as of 5 minutes ago, a lot more credence to their ideas.
Yes,
now.
I see that.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I know about it.
So in the middle of her saying all that, then you get that weird feeling in your chest again of just pulsating warmth. Like, it seems like it's very irregular. This hasn't ever really happened before, but it's definitely located in your heart. And when you hear the name Argynvost yet again, you just feel the concept of kinship and friendship.
Like a virgin.
Do I see Arcene reacting anyway?
She does not know. Also, she doesn't really speak Common or Draconic yet.
Well, I'm just
So-
saying, like, is she like, am I like outwardly seeing her acting weird at all to like the name Argynvost?
No, not the name, but the mansion creeps her the hell out.
Okay.
Like, it seems like there's something going on in her, maybe just from being whatever it was before, possessed or guided or whatever, but something has her attention and something is definitely grabbing her interest.
You feel love. Sexual love. For her.
Please stop.
You guys want to take a nap there? Or you want to explore the spooky dungeon?
Well, do we want to just sit
Are you
at
guys
the door?
fully rested? Because this place looks like it's going to be a bit of a trial.
No,
Alright.
we just came from a very not good place
Okay.
where we fought many things.
Mhm.
We'll
Well,
just say.
then maybe you should
We've
take a
lost
nip before you try and take over any kind of ghosty dragons or anything else that's in here.
Yes, I think that would be great.
Alright, you should eat the rest of that biscuit. Does anybody else need a biscuit?
Oh no, I'm fine, thank
I'm
you.
alright, thank you.
Okay.
I eat the shit out of that
I
bitch.
can, if you want to take a nip, I can take watch.
Are we just gonna trust this new person? Yeah, right? We're all a fan of
No.
I would like to actually sit up for a bit because there's something I want to do while we're all like getting ourselves situated and rested and whatnot.
All right, you're prepared to kill the party? What does everyone else want to do?
Okay,
Kill the-
well, I guess
kill the
if Vin's
party
going to
with
be
biscuits.
awake.
The most sinister way to kill a party is with biscuits.
Choke on that biscuit, choke
Little did you
on
know
it.
those biscuits are actually
Motherfucker.
pastries and those came from the windmill.
Oh.
Plot twist.
Why didn't I think of that? Shit.
I guess
Man.
if Vin is going to stay up, Ferguson's going to
another night of bad dreams.
I'm not staying up that long, but
Oh, well,
I am staying up a little bit because I want to look at something in a book.
okay, well, sure.
And we haven't actually recapped after like what happened either. Or like talked about like what happened at the tower and
Alright, what do you want to talk about? We were with a fucking asshole. We found a fucking book. We got attacked by some wolves. We ran away.
Yes,
There we
I
go.
read- I read
we
the book.
kept it.
Don't speak ill of Rictavio.
Rictavio sucks asshole. Alright? Anybody.
Rictavio taught me everything I know. I mean,
That
granted,
is
I've learned a
there.
lot from you guys, but I mean, everything I know about this, we're kind of like brothers in this fight.
Well, anyway,
Rictavio taught me so much. Could he taught you too?
Rictavio ain't told me nothing.
I did read the tome that we found.
Oh, really?
Don't tell me all
I forget about my argument with Ferguson. Tell me about this home.
So the entirety of it, as you could assume being the Tome of Strahd, was about Strahd.
Self-centered asshole.
Apparently, he has some weaknesses.
Oh, yes. God, all the best men do. Mine is big women.
He can
Everybody
be
knows
staked
that.
in the heart.
Ferguson's is other assholes. Oh, staked in the heart.
He can be staked in the heart, but it will
Ferguson glares at Kent.
it cannot kill him. It will only stun him temporarily.
Ah, damn it.
Also, running water works great too.
Really?
But there is something else. There is some artifact, a sword that belonged to his brother, that he is petrified of. He apparently went through great lengths to be rid of it. And I think that if we find this sword, we may be able to take the upper hand on him. But according to what I read, I now know who... What the heck was her name?
Tatiana.
Tatiana. I now know who Tatiana is.
Oh.
She was Strahd's affection, I would say. The source of his affection. But she belonged to his brother. And therefore he killed his brother. And Tatiana flung herself from the walls of Castle Ravenloft to get away from him.
God, these stories are amazing.
So I think there may also be a weakness in that as well.
I'm gonna take everything that Ven just wrote down and write it in my storybook, so I could write some novels about this afterwards. Because my old issues of Heroes of Halcyon City aren't really keeping me up to date, so I gotta get some new stories in.
Rosalie is quiet. She is listening very carefully.
But that is all I got from Zito.
Do you know where this sword? We can start looking for this sword?
I believe he just said that he tried to go to great lengths to dispose of it. I don't remember if it actually said something about it.
I believe you could make an intelligence check.
Me or all of us?
All of you except for Rosalie.
That's good. 21.
17.
3.
Kent is really wrapped up in just the transposing from book to book, but the
drama.
The two of you know that one of the items you have to find is called the Sun Sword.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Ferguson wouldn't know that.
Oh, Ferguson would not know that, so it would just be Ven.
Yes. Okay. So, according to what I can estimate, the Sun Sword is what we are after, which is one of the items we have to get on the way. So we may want to check this place out, given that we could find a great artifact here to help us in the battle against Strahd.
Alright, let's go searching first thing in the morning.
Which is what we want to do. Rosalie, what is it that you want to do while you are here in Barovia?
We've got to start a thing, because otherwise you just told her everything.
Exactly, which is now why I'm keeping a close eye on her.
Maybe you could have just skipped that part and just kept a close eye on her.
It's fine, because I don't want to do anything here in Barovia. I want to get the fuck out of here. So,
I mean, that's fair enough. That basically mimics our goals as well.
yeah. So you're going after Strahd?
Yes.
And if there's a way that I can help you do that, because that's what I've been trying to do, our interests are very much aligned.
Well, there may be an artifact here that could help us.
Do we know if she's telling the truth?
Make an insight check. And then Morgan, depending on if it's persuasion or deception, roll that number.
So if it's true, persuasion. If it's a lie, deception.
Correct.
Modified 20.
14.
18.
18. Okay, so both of you realize that Rosalie's being as honest as she can.
I don't trust it.
You literally got the words from the DM that she is being as honest as possible. And you're like,
Nope.
I don't trust Josh now.
Deadly
He
serious.
could literally have like from a silver platter from the gods being like, she's telling the truth, and he'd be like, no, I don't trust that god. I don't know who that is.
I don't know how you are.
If it helps set things up, her body is very, because she's been listening very intently, her body is very tense. Her face is very still. She is very serious.
I mean, I trust that you might want to destroy Strahd, but I don't trust that you won't kill us in our sleep after we do it, so...
Yeah, well, being in this place long enough, that's fair enough suspicion, but honestly the only thing that you have to worry about me is feeding you.
Oh. You know what? I do love a good sandwich. So, guys?
Alright, well, you just bought your way into the party, Morgan.
Men are fucking easy.
No.
And murdered.
Halfling,
Kent is dead.
ugly halfling children men are easy. With his, I need 8 breakfasts in the morning.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Num 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 num.
All right. Anything else you guys wanted to talk about, or are we going into Ven reading the book or whatever he's going to do?
I mean, there's 1,000 things we need to talk about, but
Okay,
I mean, we
go-
can take
yeah,
a long.
go-
I mean,
go
no,
at it.
Ferguson draws his blade, lays it on his lap, leans against the wall, and falls asleep.
Done.
Huh?
I'm not going to, but if, Kent wanted to, cuddle up to Ferguson.
Have you ever been stabbed, Nick?
Oh, well, I mean, I personally haven't been stabbed. Kent's been, slashed and stabbed 1,000,001 times. So he's gonna go far enough distance away from Ferguson. He just looks so much bigger, and he's, I need to be close to somebody to protect me while I sleep.
Arcene is the same size as you.
I know, but Arcene already is, my best friend, so...
You need to snuggle someone else for Is that how you make best friends?
I'm trying to break everyone down in this party, okay? Ven has to love me because of Arcene... and now Ferguson.
Snuggle quest.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah. Snuggle buddies for life.
It's a fucking side quest
2017.
for kids.
Hashtag.
This is
Get
just,
all my friends.
You guys have been trying to defeat Strahd. This is a fucking romance simulator.
Kid's like, I'm gonna get all these guys to fall in love with me.
Yeah, go team.
This is actually Dream Daddy for Cat.
That's exactly what this is.
We're all playing. Everyone else is playing Call of Cthulhu, and Kent's playing Dream Daddy.
All right, so Kent is in one corner, Ferguson's in the other corner. Rosalie, Ven, and Arcene, what are you guys doing?
Gonna keep watch and just clean the shield. Just make sure it's all spiffy.
Okay.
I'm going to. I guess Arcene's gonna curl up a bit, probably close to Kent,
Yay.
and just pass out. And then I'm going to sit for a bit and just look through my grandmother's journal for any mention of Argynvost.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
And 11.
You read through. There's no mention of Argynvost. There's no looking for silver dragons. Nothing about the order. Doesn't look like it's in there.
Okay. Then I guess I will close the book as well and get some sleep.
You drift into sleep, and you aren't jolted awake. It's not a feeling of a nightmare. You just hear and feel another presence in a dream-esque state. Think of not quite the White Room from the Matrix, but just another place. It seems this place has allowed me to have some hold here. Do not be scared, Ven. You know me.
Taking Initiative is a product of the Spark Network. Imagine what your idea can do. For updates on the show, future news, and all things nerd, visit us on thespark.network. If you wish to conjure us on social media, you can cast message on Twitter with the handle @TI_pod, Facebook at the Taking Initiative Podcast page, and Tumblr at takinginitiativepodcast.tumblr.com. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a review on iTunes, as it helps us grow so we can put out more content for you.
I'm Josh Perot, and I'm the DM. You can find me on Twitter at XyroxisTheBeard. That's XIROXIS the Beard.
This is Jonathan Buckmaster. I am the voice of Vendalar Greymeyer. You can find me on Twitter at Bucky_Masters.
Oh, this is Drew Tillman, and I play Ferguson.
You can find me over on Twitter at NotADeadDrew.
This is Nicholas Figueroa, and I play the sometimes rude but always lovable Kent Brickwood of the East Farthing Brickwoods. You could find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at NicoFigs. That's at NIKOFIGS.
This is Morgan Conroy. I play Rosalie or Roz. You can find me on Twitter at ThistleRaven.
This episode was edited by John Buckmaster and Josh Perot. The original artwork for the Behind Silver Eyes logo was created by Kati Kawaguchi of Nerds on a Roll. You can find her on Twitter at @KidKatie. All modifications for the arc were done by Josh Perot. The Behind Silver Eyes theme song was created by Neil Martin of The Lucky Die. You can find him on Twitter at BardicMartin. Any additional music was created by Kevin MacLeod in the Incomtech website. Any information about those songs can be found in the episode's description. To give credit to the classes played in this episode, the Pendragon class, played by John Buckmaster, was created by Daresight Phantom on Reddit. The Gunslinger class, played by Nick Figueroa, and the Bloodhunter class, played by Drew Tillman, were both created by Matthew Mercer. The Oath of Devotion Paladin, played by Morgan Conroy, is straight from the 5th edition Player's Handbook. The D&D 5e rule set and the Curse of Strahd module are both property of Wizards of the Coast. If you're enjoying the show and would like to support us, please visit us at patreon.com/Taking Initiative. There you'll find early access to episodes and bonus content.